Hey, this is my cool Leos coming at you with an update on the hatchlings, and this is kind of going to be an update showing some of the hatchlings I showed in my previous video and showing some new ones. Today was, it's been a while since I made a video, number one. Number two, today was kind of cleaning day, and I'm sorting and reorganizing some of the babies because some of them are too small or too big for the geckos they're in with. So I'm gonna start showing them. So some of the cages are clean, some of them are not. So I apologize about that right now in advance. Like his food dish needs to be cleaned, or her food dish, I should say. So first up is an Eclipse 50% het radar, and this is actually the Eclipse that I showed you in the previous video, the first one. She's lost her bands pretty much. You can still kind of see the hue of it. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 8 to 10 little dots on her back. She's oranged and yellowed up pretty nice, and she is a straight Eclipse 50% het radar. So she's in the cage by herself because she's so big. And there she goes climbing. Go ahead and fall. Go ahead. There you go. That's an interesting story about her. She's an escape artist. She has escaped before, and it's funny. She escaped and I wasn't really that worried because the reptile room is completely sealed. So I knew she couldn't get out of the reptile room. So what I did was actually put some food out. And I was sitting there, you know, messing with the leopard geckos and everything, and she came out from underneath, I think, a table or something. No, she came from underneath the one of the tables, and she just was eating because I knew she would be hungry after 2 days. So that was kind of funny. Here is she was also shown in that video with the hatchlings. This is that normal 50% het radar. She's looking really good, really orange. I knew she would orange up. And those two are actually clutch mates. There she is. And I actually brought, those are from the same pairing. I actually brought, at the end of the video, I'm going to show that so far that's 2 from the same pairing, the tangerine double hets radars. I got their papa out. I'm going to show him at the end so you can see the different huge difference in pattern that him and Exotica produced. Okay, so these two are Bell's 50% het radar, and she's actually already sold. She's in here temporarily. She's a pretty gecko. So is her not clutch mate, but another Bell 50% het radar from the same pairing. So they're sisters. She has a nice orange on her head, fading back, and it keeps going back and back each time she sheds. And her tail, that carrot goes on the side, like 75% up the tail on the side. Of course, as you can see right there. She's another nice. Can't wait to see it. But she is actually a Jungle Bell 50% het. 50% het radar. Okay, up next is I believe a radar. Yep. And her cage needs to be cleaned. She's actually about to shed, so she actually doesn't look her best. But there she is. She is a what I call a normal radar, even though you could call her a hypo because she has less than 10 spots on her back. Wow, that's a normal. She has a little bit of a carrot tail. And you also seen her in the first video. That was that radar I showed you. And the hatchling. She's about to shed. She actually looks way better. You can kind of see already the little grayness coming in from her about to shed. So that's her. Nice radar. And she's also from the same parenting. Okay, now we're getting into a different pairing. This is actually from the same male, but paired to a bell het blizzard. So these little guys are actually, they're normal, but they're triple het. They're 100% het bell, 50% het eclipse, 50% het blizzard. There's two of them in here. There they are. And the mother lavender, she's named Lavender because she has a ton of lavender on her. And she's kind of have that. She has that light kind of hue, pastel color. I'm actually pretty pleased with these. I knew chances. I didn't actually get what I wanted, which was a bell that was double het. It's actually what I wanted to get from this pairing. I didn't get that. I got straight normals. But I'm actually still pretty pleased with the appearance of the gecko and passing that down. So I'm not upset about that. Especially her. She's probably one of my favorites from this pairing. Her colors are nice and light. She almost looks like a Max Snow almost, or Jim Snow, one of the Snows. But she's not. She's just a normal triple het. So that's her. And her sister. Next, we have, this is interesting. This is from that tangerine double het. And the patterns that she threw out in her offspring were just surprising. I mean, they're good, but they were surprising more than anything. And this is actually one of them. It's not a bold stripe. She almost is, but the tail is not what I consider. She's almost a bold stripe. But she'll be going up as a normal jungle double het radar, 50% double het radar. And her clutch mate, the same thing, 50% radar, normal. But yeah, surprising, very beautiful, very, very beautiful. If you can see, let me see if I can get her into the light. Very beautiful. It's really nice. Surprise. Nice surprise. Especially consider that both parents have the traditional pattern on them. And you already seen they spit out a hypo, a radar with very little pattern to that bold stripe with a elongated pattern on the back. Okay, so what we have here. Okay, so what we have here is actually, and this is one of the switches I got to do. She has to come out because obviously she's growing way faster than these two. So what we have here is an eclipse normal. Right here, the eclipse is actually from a different pairing. These two are from the same pairing, the tangerines. But she's actually from, what is she from? Oh yeah, reverse stripe radar to that tangerine. That male tangerine. And she kind of has an inkling. I think that little line is going to fade out completely, and she's just going to be pretty much a hypo or super hypo when she gets older. That's what I think. The eclipse in there was a snake eye. She's actually been throwing quite a bit of snake eyes. Some solid ones, but a lot of snake eyes. So next, we have, this is another switch out I need to do. So I'm actually going to put that eclipse that you saw in there is actually going to go into her own tank with her. Because she is not growing nowhere near as fast as these guys. So she has to be moved out. She's slightly younger than them, but she still should be growing faster than that. So she's getting moved out today. So what we have here is a really ordinary radar. Nice orange on the head. Nice light pastel color. Not going to be able to show the eyes. But she's a snake-eyed radar. And then right here we have a Max Snow radar. Right here. In my opinion, the classic Max Snow. I actually like how it's really white. Very little yellow. I like that about the snows. When I have snows, that's what I want. I really don't want that much yellows or anything. And then that little girl right there is a plain old radar. These two come from Max Snow. These two. She comes from the Tangerine radar. Tangerine double head radar pairing. These two come from actually a Max Snow Bell head radar to a patternless radar. So hypo radar, super hypo radar, or whatever. These two do. So she's getting moved out today into a group with that other very small gecko. And Max Snow and the other radar will be on the website, on my page, I mean, probably in a month. And then last, this tank needs to be cleaned. We have, okay, so these guys are actually pretty good. Yeah, their size group is okay. Cage definitely needs to be cleaned. I apologize for that ahead of time, but if you have baby geckos, you know how it goes. There we go. It cleared up. So what we have here, I actually got to look at it. I think, yeah, actually I know what this is. So what we have here is two Bell's 100% het radars. Right there, those two. And then that little girl right there with the funky pattern. I don't even know what to call that. A jungle, obviously. But that funky pattern right there is a red. Actually, no, let me check the eyes. Actually, I think that's a Bell. And that's a Bell. And I think that's a radar, actually. So we got two Bells and a radar in here. So 100% het radars here with these two Bells and a radar. And these two of them, the two Bells actually come from a reverse stripe radar to the Tangerine male, and the other one comes from the Max Snow Bell 100% het radar to that radar female. So that's what I have so far. Still have some more. Didn't show you all the babies, of course, and still have some eggs in the incubator. And surprisingly, these are all my Bell radar babies, or whatever you want to call them. And the reason I brought them up is because it's just surprisingly that one female, that Tangerine female, her first breeding year, she's on, I think this is her, she's about to lay 20 eggs, which is ridiculous. Especially considering I only paired her up with the male twice. You know, first time had eggs, and then after her fourth clutch, paired them up again. So that's surprising. And here's the male. And you've seen him before if you've seen my other videos, but I'm just going to pop him out again. Here he is. That's him. And he's the Tangerine double het for radar. I'm throwing some real funky patterns out, considering his pattern is pretty normal. And that's baby boy, a little chunky male. You better calm down. There we go. That's him. He has calcium on his back. All right. If you're interested in any of these leopard geckos, you can definitely check out my Facebook, which I'll put a description in the box below. And I'll have my Facebook up shortly. I have it non-published just because I got to do some stuff on it. What the heck is on your back, buddy? Oh, water. Some stuff on it. So check out my Facebook if you're interested in purchasing any of these leopard geckos, or if you have any questions, just send me a message or whatever. I'll be happy to respond. You have a wonderful day. Say bye-bye, baby boy. He's like, what the heck?